SMT Nation, we back. Nation, we got updates out of AT&T. The big stank, AT&T CEO is discussing some business operations. There's a few pieces I really want to focus in on. All right, stuff that we really care about here on the channel. All right, so I'll be covering those in today's commentary video. Link for the article will be in the description box. Also in the description, you guys can find the real SMT Buy Me a Coffee link. If you appreciate the commentary videos, the speed testing videos, the live streams, the podcasts, you want to support your creators directly, you could buy us a coffee. Keep the SMT caffeinated and motivated. And if you're looking for a really good deal on wireless service, we just partnered with mmWave. All right, you guys can save incredible amounts of dollars on your wireless service and get their legendary customer care. So we partnered with them. Our unique link is in the description. Use it, unlock savings, and you'll be helping out the channel in the process. All right, so what's the big stank got to say? Well, he's talking about business operations, and I think this is very telling about his business and AT&T, but also the industry. So we're going to throw in Verizon and T-Mobile as well. Stanky said in a recent analyst conference, I think this was earlier this week, he said, when I'm visiting large enterprise customers that we deal with, more often than not, that conversation gets back to some degree of private infrastructure that they need within their operation. What he's talking about here is on-premise networking, communications. He's talking about connectivity and computing on the premise. Now, with respect to what that means to those customers, they're probably looking at private networking solutions as well as wireline operations. AT&T's got those things in spades. They have their own infrastructure. They have the correct relationships. Verizon really does too. There's really only one company that doesn't have the precedence, the notoriety, and the cachet in this industry, and that's T-Mobile, right? So, T-Mobile's trying to make their entry through mostly a wireless network play. It doesn't seem like it's going to be working, at least not with respect to what Verizon and AT&T are telling us. Now, the mobile edge compute market has been a bit of a letdown. Hans Vestberg, the CEO of Verizon, has told us this. We hear this as well from, AT&T saying that things are pretty cool right now, right? And I think also the Del Oro Group was talking about this in a recent disclosure where they forecasted the market down in MEC by an additional 20% with the inability to materialize that network use case. So that's going to probably take some time. We're probably a few years away from MEC really catching any traction. But something that we're tracking very closely is the AT&T cost cutting. We are expecting massive layoffs. I'm talking thousands and thousands at the big blue company. They've already passed the $5 billion cost-cutting mark, and they say they want to get to $6 billion by the end of this year. So to shave that remainder or residual $1 billion, that's probably all that's left, right? AT&T has already said they're going to try to get much leaner. They're going to try to streamline some of their processes and bring people into the office and other types of things that are going on. But when it comes to their operations with their wireline, we know that they've been really reducing their copper footprint. As the copper has failed, they've just decommissioned it. They're not even going to maintain it anymore. They're moving towards fiber. But the unfortunate thing is they're not replacing those places with fiber right away. We don't know when that's going to happen, right? They're probably cost evaluating that at all times. But that's kind of what's going on there. They're frequently just looking at the ROIC, that return on invested capital, and they're looking at it as, what makes the most business sense for them. Okay, so nothing really incredibly new here with respect to what we've known. Some of the same things we heard from Verizon, some of the same things we heard from their CEO seem to be echoed throughout the industry, so that's very telling. And I think it goes to show you, companies don't necessarily want to use commercial networks for their enterprise solutions. They want private networks. And I think AT&T and Verizon are going to do that pretty well. So my concern here is that, T-Mobile's not really in play. They just aren't. So I think that's very telling in this. And I think also the fact that it doesn't really seem like there's any urgency within this industry, right? So T-Mobile's got time to figure things out, actually. All right, so we'll see how this plays out. Interesting stuff from AT&T in those disclosures. What say you? What do you guys think of all this? Sound off in the comment section below. You are the voice of the people. The SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.